everybody. I'm Lisa with Travel House, and I've got Susie with us, though she's not on camera. And then there's Larry, and Pam is there too. Yay! Hi. Right now, we do have everybody muted. So we're going to start the presentation. I'll let Larry talk first, and then I will start going over the trip details. And then we'll do a question and answer at the end, and we'll see if we can then unmute everybody or how we can do it. Larry, do you want to say anything?
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Man, it seems like we're getting closer every day, so I hope you're excited and we're almost ready to take off.
Right. Okay, so we're gonna do two parts of the trip now. This might be a little confusing because there's so many components and everybody's doing their own custom trip kind of. So we have the Access travel app, and that is the email that everybody should have received in their inbox this afternoon. Or I think I just sent one right before the meeting because I was waiting on something. So we're going to go over that. That's the day by day. Now I'm going to use Larry and Pam since they're doing most of the components, but just realize that everybody's doing a little bit different, so it's not going to be exact. So if you have questions, you can always reach out to me tomorrow, and at the end of the meeting, we'll take some questions. I will also then real quick go through the AMA eDocs. Now, the most up-to-date AMA information will be on their app. So if you have not downloaded the app yet, I highly recommend you do that, because even during the trip, timings and everything may change. So that app is going to be the way to keep track of all the AMA components. Okay, Larry, you ready?
Sounds like it.
Okay, I'm going to try to share my screen, so let's hope this works. So first we're going to go over the Access Travel app. You can download that to your phone, or you can print it from the email that I sent you. I apologize if there are any typos, so if something seems wrong, just reach out to me. Do not panic. Your trip is fine. It's probably user input error because there were so many and the itineraries were so detailed. So if you're not seeing something you think you have, or something's on there you don't think you have, I apologize ahead of time. It's probably just a typo. Nobody panic. Okay. So let's see if I can share. Can you see my screen?
Yep, we see the little bunny rabbit.
You know, Easter's coming up. Okay, so this is what your Access Travel app will look like. Either when you print it from your computer, it looks a little different on your phone. But this has your travel itinerary and all the components that Travel House has booked for you. So the first thing is kind of a little bit of an overview, and we're just going to quickly kind of run through this. Here is the emergency contact for AMA is on here, and also for Travel House. Now, Travel House goes to you leave a voicemail and we'll get an email, but AMA is the main one to go to, especially if you're not in the same time zone as us. So, and Susie's going to be traveling and she has the emergency phone. I'll have it as a backup, but if you can't get a hold of Travel House, please call AMA if there's an emergency, like last minute you can't make it or something like that. Don't forget passport. I did check, all of you have 6 months validity from your return date, so everybody should be good. You may want to leave a copy of your passport at home with someone, and also maybe take a copy with you, but don't put it in your passport just in case your passport's lost and stolen, because that can help the U.S. Embassy where you have to go to get it replaced, replace it a lot easier. You should be able to check in 24 hours prior to your flight. International flights, you want to be at the airport at least 3 hours prior. With what's going on with TSA right now, you might want to give yourself a little bit extra time when you're leaving the US. Hopefully, by the time you travel, it'll all be better. This we're going to ignore, that's just for Larry. Baggage information, there's a link to your airline's website. The fares that we booked, coach, you're normally allowed one bag, but you can check per your airline, and it should also be on your airline's website. Business class, they normally allow 2 bags. But I am going to warn you, if you're doing the pre and post packages with AMA or the custom Paris package, there's not a lot of room on those buses. So even though you're in business class and you're allowed 2 bags, I would really try to limit yourself to 1 bag and a carry-on, just because there is not a lot of space on those buses, and you don't want them to say, oh, we can't fit it in, one of your bags is left behind. Here is a reminder just to download the My AMA Cruise app, and you could go to your app store and do it. And again, that's going to be your most up-to-date with what's going on with AMA. Dinner time might change slightly or something like that. So the AMA app I highly recommend that you download that to your phone. Let's see here. Please print and view your attached travel documents. I am going to show you a picture. You don't see it this way, but when you are looking at your itinerary or going into it, there's generally a document section, something that says documents. On the phone, I think it's at the bottom when you're looking at it on the Access app on your phone. In the email, I'm not sure if it's on the side or not. I forget where it is. But when you go into the documents section, this is everything you're going to need for your trip. So, for example, now Larry has a little bit more as a group leader, but for example, the booklet, that's your AMA eDocs that we're going to be going over shortly. Okay. Air tickets, they're not really air tickets, it's just a copy of your flights. But that being said, what is on the Access app itinerary that we're going through right now, those are the most up-to-date seats and flight information as of this moment, because we just went through and double checked everything, because the airlines, there's always a couple minutes schedule change and so on. Future cruise benefit program for AMA, where you can on board purchase a certificate for money off for a future cruise. Important information about your cruise. This is just a little bit from AMA about on board, like announcements. You can see here your daily cruiser, shore excursions. So you can read through that. Everybody has that in their documents section. Your passenger ticket contract, that's all the legalese. And people doing, if Travel House booked outside of AMA any hotels or airport transportation for you, and for anybody doing the custom Paris package at the end, where you need the transportation from your hotel in Paris back to the Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport, there's going to be a transportation voucher. So that is also in there. You can keep it and use it from your phone. A lot of times those little vouchers like that, I like printing them out just so I have them to show just in case, and it's got all the contact information and information about it, even though that's in the Access. I always like to have a physical copy just in case. Now the AMA eDocs, you don't have to print that whole booklet if you don't want to, because it's like 39 pages. So that document section is very, very important. So make sure you take a look in there and see what's in there and what's important to you to print. The photo album, there's a link here where you can upload your photos from your trip. And we always love photos. So I know that says AMA Danube, it should say Bordeaux, but again, it works. We'll let Sherry go on that one. Your package includes, this is what was booked with your package. And then it's going to start your actual itinerary. So here's your flight schedules. You'll see your airline record locators, the flight informations and time. Again, we all just double checked these in the last 2 days. So this is the most up to date for now. The seats, your class of service. Okay, if you see in this area for frequent flyer. Now, Larry does not have a Delta frequent flyer, at least not that he's told me. It would be located in this area if we have your frequent flyer and we gave it to the airline. If you do not see the frequent flyer for your airline in here, please reach out to me by email or give a call and we can add it to the airline reservation for you, or you can do it yourself, whatever you prefer. Under notes, if you gave us a global entry, TSA pre-check, anything like that, you'll see your known traveler numbers have been added to this reservation. Again, if you have that and you do not see that comment, we have not sent it over to the airline for some reason. I do not have it. Just either reach out and let us know and we can add it in for you. So here's Larry's flight going over. He's going San Fran to Amsterdam, and then he's doing Amsterdam to Bilbao. Day one, when he arrives in Bilbao, he has the AMA's transportation included. There are some people that do not have that transportation. They might be arriving in to Bilbao earlier, later. There's a reason they do not have that. So if you do not have this transfer does not say that there, you do not have a transfer from Bilbao to the hotel. You'll have to make your way on your own. If you have any questions about this, again, reach out to me. Here are the instructions. Make your way to the hotel, pass through passport control, through customs, and you'll be met by an AMA Waterways representative. Then you go for people with the pre-Bilbao package. You're going to go to the Hotel Ursula for 2 nights. And then here's the itinerary for each day. Now, on your AMA check-in where you chose your excursions, hopefully everybody has gone in and chosen their excursions. I know some were asking me for the pre-package, even though this is all included, there are options to click on it. You should opt into those tours if you want to do it. They are included, but you should opt in because you don't have to do them if you don't want to. And again, here is each day's itinerary. Then you're going to move to the next hotel, the Catalonia in San Sebastian. And I know this is going through it quick. And then AMA, for those on that package, they're going to transport you from San Sebastian over to Bordeaux, where your ship is docked. Here is the information for your ship. You'll see your cabin category, your cabin number, your confirmation number, the name of the people in the cabin. Open seating, here's the dress policy.
I've been running all day.
Okay. Embark from Bordeaux. This has the time that you're leaving. Stateroom will be available for you anytime after 3 p.m. Then you're going on to France, and you'll see that on April 17th. So this is the day by day, and here are the choice of excursions you were able to choose from on the app. So just make sure you chose your excursions. For our group, everybody's going to have an opportunity to join Larry, Pam, and Tana and her husband Greg for dinner at Chef's Table. Chef's Table only holds 24 people, so due to the size of the group, we're going to have the first night dinner, and then we'll have the second night dinner, and each person is assigned one of them to eat with Larry, Pam, Tana, and Greg on at least one of the nights. So the first Chef's Table dinner is at 7 p.m. On April 17th. Now this time again may fluctuate a little bit, so check on board or keep an eye on your app. And here are the people that are included in that dinner, and you should see that on your itinerary if you're one of the people that's included here. Then we go on display, and then on the board. Here, this is the second chef's table night dinner. So this is everybody else who will have the chance to join Larry, Pam, Tana, and Greg at that second dinner. And this
Sunday.
is everybody included. What was that, Larry? Were you saying something?
When's the second dinner? What day is the second dinner, Lisa?
It's April 19th.
The 19th. Okay, thank you.
And again, it's around 7 p.m. And then here we go. We're going through the rest of the itinerary, Cadillac, and then you end up back at Bordeaux. And then you're in Bordeaux. You arrive on the 21st at 7:30 p.m. So you're there all day on the 22nd. And then on the 23rd is when you disembark. You have to be off the ship by 9, or at least out of your stateroom. Many of you might even be leaving earlier than that. I know some people have some really early morning flights. So for the people that are flying home, if you had a transfer included back to the airport, that would show here. And AMA will let you know the time you have to be ready to get back because they're operating that transport. Now, if you're not going home after the cruise, then you're doing next the Loire Valley extension. So at that point, your tour director will let you know, and then they're going to have you come off the ship. And then here they're going to take you from your ship, the Amadolce, into Amboise. I can't say it, Loire Valley. And then you're going to start your touring. You're going to be at the Chateau de Pré for 2 nights. Everybody will be there that's doing the Loire Valley extension. And then you have what's included. Okay. And then here's where it kind of gets confusing. Those of you just doing Loire Valley, you will move on to the airport hotel. It used to be the Pullman Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport, but it has now changed to a Radisson Blu. Same hotel, same address. It's just now a Radisson Blu. So you will go on to the Radisson Blu. When you're at the Radisson Blu, there is, and you'll see it on your itinerary. I don't have it on this one because Larry is doing the custom Paris package. But there are directions, and you can ask at the front desk that you basically go across the street. And then there is the line, you're right across from Terminal 3 at the airport. And then you should be able to get around from there if you need to leave from a different terminal. So it's the hotel, you're crossing the street, just ask at the front desk. And then you're going across to Terminal 3, and then you can get to the different terminals from there. So that's how your transportation is back to the airport on that day. For people doing the custom Paris package, we are going to leave from the last sightseeing, and you're going to have a bus that's going to take you directly into downtown Paris and drop you off at the Renaissance Arc de Triomphe. That night's at leisure. And then, and you can see this Arc de Triomphe plus castle. And then you're going to be at the Arc de Triomphe for 3 nights. So the first day, Sunday, after you transport over on Saturday, is going to be a free leisure day. I'm sure Larry has plenty of suggestions of things to do, correct, Larry?
I do. We're going to
Okay.
we're going to spend the day off and on bus.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay. And then that night we have a dinner reservation. There's 3 tables at La Lorraine, a restaurant Larry and Pam highly recommend. And you're going to walk over because it's only a couple minute walk from the hotel. If you are not going to go to that dinner because we had to put a non-refundable deposit down for everybody, please let Larry know. And again, there's going to be 3 tables. They they know you're all together, so they should hopefully see you all as close as possible together. So meet in the hotel lobby no later than 6:45 p.m. so you can do the walk and get over to the hotel in plenty of time. I mean, restaurant in plenty of time. Then the next day is going to be your full day Paris sightseeing tour. This custom package is done by AMA. So you will have for this tour a driver and an AMA guide. It's going to leave from the hotel lobby at 9 a.m. So I always recommend being down there 10 to 15 minutes. So get up, do your breakfast. And then this tour, you're going to visit, go in and visit Notre Dame. Then you're going to go and take the funicular up to Montmort and go into the Sacré-Cœur. And then you're going to have some time up in that area to explore, have lunch on your own. And they'll give you, I have an approximate timing here of how it's going to work. And then after that, you're going to go to the Eiffel Tower and you have got admission up to the second level. And then after the Eiffel Tower, you'll go back to your hotel. They're planning that you'll be back to the hotel around 5 p.m. So it should be a good day of sightseeing. And then it's going to be time to leave to go home. So on this day, there is private transportation from the Renaissance back to the Paris airport. This is where everybody who is doing this will have their own voucher because it's not just one vehicle. Everybody is on different flights. So your pickup time is there. You'll have a voucher for this with all of this information that's also showing of your supplier contact information and all that. Most people are, each couple normally has their own car, unless you're on the same flight with everybody. I know the Pauls and Craig and Lori, you're all on the same flight, so you're sharing a car. And then Larry, Pam, the McCurdy's, and Kathleen and Daniel, you're all sharing a car because you're all on the same flights that are departing Paris. Everybody else, though, will be divided, like each couple or whatever will have their own car because nobody else is on the same flight as you. So that's how we determined. So Larry, don't leave without the other people, please.
We'll try not to. By that point, we may want to leave some people there.
And then,
Kidding.
yeah. And then you have your flights home. So again, your airline confirmation numbers, you can check in and there's all your flight information. Again, if you have a frequent flyer number or a known traveler number, you should see the notes for the known traveler. Frequent flyer, you should see in this area somewhere. If you're not seeing any of that, please, again, send us your number. I will make sure it gets added. For those of you doing Lufthansa, United's probably the frequent flyer number you want to use since they're partners and earn points with that. And those of you doing KLM, Air France, and Delta, Delta is the US carrier. So I'd say most likely you'd want to have a Delta frequent flyer number because you'd be more likely to use the points on Delta. Then this is just general information. And that's basically it for the travel itinerary. I know that was real quick going through it and it could be a little confusing. I'm sorry. A bunch of people are going different ways. And again, some people might have a hotel that might be staying longer at the end and you had us book something for you. So all these itineraries were customized to what you had us do for you. Next, we're going to look at that AMA booklet. This is the AMA cruise document. So when you pull up that booklet, this is what you're going to see. I'm just going to real quick scroll down. A lot of this information was put in the access that we just went through. So you can kind of read through and look through it at your leisure. A lot of this is just general information. And again, there's the emergency contact information for AMA. Here's a little overview of what you have booked. Some of you did the flights with AMA, some we did independently. The one area I do want to show that you might want to look is underneath this, like this is showing he did the pre-cruise and then he did the 2 nights Loire Valley and then really he did the 2 nights Loire Valley in Paris package. When you look down here under additional items, this is where they show the prepaid gratuities. I'm thinking everybody did the prepaid gratuities. There might be one or two that didn't, but most people did it. And we changed it over. So you'll see here what gratuities were booked for you with AMA. So the prepaid for the post cruise, that's the Loire Valley. The gratuities, you can see here, Larry did it. It's for the cruise manager, local guides and drivers. So that's already taken care of. So for the pre-package for Bilbao and San Sebastian, again, this was included. You can see that for Larry. And again, that's the cruise manager, local guides and drivers. And then here, he did the onboard gratuities for the cruise manager, crew, and local drivers. At one point when we initially booked, they weren't allowing you to prepay the gratuities for the drivers and guides. So you'd always have to tip them. But now we went back in and we updated them when they started offering it. And I think most people have that option included. So it'll say local guides and drivers. So that means when you're on an excursion off the ship or something like that, you don't need to tip them. It's already being taken care of. For the custom Paris package, for the full day tour and also that transfer from the Loire Valley to the Renaissance, those gratuities are also all included. Larry will be taking care of them. And then here, download the AMA app. The EU visas, they have not gone into effect where you have to pay for them yet. They're working on stuff. It might take longer at the airport because different countries, they might make you do a longer check-in, like facial images, fingerprints, that kind of thing. But so far, there's nothing you've needed to purchase because they keep pushing that part off because not all the countries are at the same place. So you don't need to worry about the EU visa. I will say if anybody is flying and changing planes in a UK airport like London Heathrow, I don't think anybody is, but if you are, you should get a UK ETA, which is their visa program, because if you have to leave the passport controlled area, the customs area at all, you need an ETA to enter the UK. So that's if you have to go out and play your bags and then come back in and check it with another airline, you would need an ETA. So we recommend anybody going through a UK airport, which was like London Heathrow would be the main one, that you get the UK ETA, and you can call us if you need information on that. But if I remember looking through the list, I did not see anybody that was changing planes in the United Kingdom. Again, you can just kind of look through this. It's a lot of the general information that we have on the access. And I'm just going to scroll down because it's kind of got maps and everything. Kind of a sailing schedule and the excursions.
Lisa,
Yeah,
do we have a Travel House app this time as well?
That's the Axis app that we first went over.
Okay.
It's called
gotcha.
Axis. Yes.
I missed it.
Yeah. Okay. So here is information about the excursions. So you can see that they do divide a lot of the tours by the level of difficulty. And here's kind of a general idea of how they do it. Your cruise manager will go over all that with you. But this is kind of the, kind of gives you an idea how it works and then approximately what time the excursion times are normally every day. Let's see here. Every night you do have a happy hour on board the ship. And I think Larry might be hosting one of those happy hours with Frog's Tooth Dinery.
That would be every night.
I like it. And then they go over and through all of the excursions that you have choices of in their descriptions and duration and all that kind of good information. I'm just scrolling down to get to all the general information so you can see how much information they put in that little booklet. Here we go. Okay, so we went about passports. All of you have done your online check-ins. And again, the excursions are in that area. So hopefully everybody's signed up. Here are some tips for the long flights. Also, when you first arrive in Europe, stay awake. It'll help you acclimate to the time changes better. So if you're going to take a nap, just do a very short one, but otherwise try to stay awake and then just go to bed early that first night that you're in Europe. And hopefully you should acclimate a lot quicker to the time difference. Look at your airline for the baggage. Here's some general information. And like I said, be careful for those of you doing pre and post because there's buses involved in that. So again, I recommend just, and you can see that, one suitcase and one carry-on per guest. You might want to put your contact information in case your bags are lost or stolen. If you do use locks on your bags, realize they have to be TSA approved or else they could cut the locks if they decide they're going to search your baggage. Medication, please keep it in your carry-on. Please do not pack it because if it gets lost or stolen, you're going to have problems probably replacing it. You could always also travel with a copy of your prescriptions just in case you would need to get something refilled over there. A lot of people ask about the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday things. They recommend you keep your prescriptions in the original bottles, but I know people do the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday thing all the time, and I've never heard of anybody having a problem. But just realize any TSA person could question you. Here's about the physical requirements. If you had any dietary, whatever you sent me has been sent over to AMA. Money. So you can get currency. I'm not sure about your local banks out there, but you can, a lot of times, many banks will sell foreign currency. The airports also do it. Just keep in mind that currency always has in their rate extra fees involved. So you get your best exchange rate if you're using like an ATM. So make sure you check with your bank and let them know you're going to be traveling throughout Europe so they don't block your bank card for fraud. And then you can use your ATMs and they can tell you, your bank, which ATMs, if you have to look for certain symbols or not. But that's going to give you the best exchange rate. Again, you can purchase currency, but it always is at a little bit of a higher rate than what you would get at an ATM. Your credit cards also have the great exchange rates on them, normally what they use. Visa and MasterCard are the most accepted. American Express really isn't always accepted as much, but Visa and MasterCard are. Please make sure if your credit card company requires it that you let them know you're leaving the country. So again, they don't block the card. I know some don't require it anymore, but some do. Also, make sure that your credit card company does not charge any foreign transaction fees. So a lot of companies, when you're charging in, so when you're over there and they're charging your card in euros, they could charge you an extra 2 to 4% on those charges. So I know like Capital One's, Amex, there's certain cards that don't charge those extra fees. So you may want to check into one of those. chip cards. If you have a PIN number, you might want to keep that just in case they ask for it. And then here's how settling your bill on board. Anything that you purchase that's on your onboard account, it would be in euros. So they're not charging it. And then your credit card company, again, they use a decent exchange rate based on what's available at the time the charge is made to convert it back to US. Here is kind of just a packing guide, which is always great. And then make sure, especially people doing pre and post, and a lot of you I know are going into Europe and going to different places, that you have your travel adapters. So Europe is 220 volts. So you need an adapter to use any of our appliances over there. What you want to do is look at the back of your plug. A lot of appliances, such as, I'll say hair dryers, though there's hair dryers in most of the hotels and on the ship. But if you look at the plug, it'll say 110/220 volts. So if it's dual voltage, you just need the adapter. If it is not, then you need a converter along with the adapter because it's got to convert it to the other voltage. So if you have questions on that, again, just give us a call. Most chargers, like cell phone chargers, are dual voltage, so you just need the adapter. Embarkation and disembarkation, just kind of information there. During the cruise, the reception, ship schedules, gratuities, like I said, most of you have already done it, so you don't need to worry about that. And Wi-Fi, there's complimentary Wi-Fi throughout the ship. Most hotels have complimentary Wi-Fi. So you should be good. Now, keep in mind that you may want to call your cell phone provider because many cell phone companies offer international plans and they're very reasonably priced. It depends on your provider. You just let them know where you're going. They'll tell you the rate. Some it's like, I don't know, $5 or $10 a day. Some don't charge you on days that you don't access it. If you're on Wi-Fi, you're not using your phone data, so that's good. And you can go to airplane mode. So it's not taking your data if you're not doing an international plan, but I would highly recommend looking into an international plan. They're very affordable anymore. Some of the apps that we like, the main one is WhatsApp, WHATSAPP, WhatsApp. I think most people use that anymore. When you're connected to Wi-Fi, you can make phone calls. So you can call somebody back home if they also have the app when you're connected to Wi-Fi, so you can call them for free and catch up. I know in the office, that's what we use when Susie's out traveling and she needs to get hold of us back. She's normally WhatsApping us. So that's one I highly recommend. Another one that I recommend is XE Currency. It's X is an X-ray, E is an Edward Currency. That's one. So if you're someplace and you want to see what the conversion rate is, how much it is in US dollars, you can kind of use that just to convert it over. Google Maps is also wonderful because it can give you walking directions and that kind of thing. Google Translate is one that you could try for different languages. And if anybody else has any good ones that they want to recommend, when we open it up where people can talk, I recommend that you share it with us. One thing that is not on the AMA documents, which I want to show you, is the customs app. And it is, and anybody who wants this, we can send it to you. Here, let me just pull up one of my women's group. I know it's in here. I apologize. I should have had it here and ready for you. It is the custom CVP app, I believe is what it's called. Okay, here it is. It's the mobile passport app. So those of you who do not have global entry, here's the website, and then if anybody wants it, I can email it to you. So what you do is you go on, you get the app, it's from the Customs Border Patrol. You put it on your phone, and they have special lines when you're coming back into the country. At the airport, it's got a little symbol, and you can use those lines, and a lot of times it's faster than the regular lines. It depends on how many people are accessing them and how many flights arrived at the same time. But a lot of times I get through that just as quick, and I don't have global entry, so I get through it maybe not quite as quick as global entry, but pretty quickly. And it's a free program that you just do on your phone. You put in your passport information, and then when you land, you just have to submit your customs form, you know, if you're claiming anything coming back in, and it goes immediately over, and then you just follow the lines with the symbol. So, you know what I'll do is I will have Sherry email that out to the group just in case anybody wants to take part of it, because I always recommend it to our travelers that are traveling internationally and coming back in and do not have global entry. So it's a good free program. Here is just again general information about the ship, laundry, ironing, mail, sun deck, lots of good things. Onboard dining, chef's table, we've already done the reservations for you, the different crew members. And then docking locations are in here. So some of you, if you're making your own way to the ship, the docking information and location will be in there. And then the rest of it is just all the legalese for the ship for AMA. Today's day and age, I'll also have Sherry put this in the email out to you. There's the Smart Traveler enrollment program, which is the State Department. You can choose to do this and register. So that's if something happens, which it won't, in any of the countries that you're in, that the State Department knows where you are and can reach you and contact you. You don't have to participate in it, but it's a good thing to have. If there would be an earthquake someplace or a natural disaster or something like that, so you have the people reaching out that can try and help you and get you back home. Larry, any questions, things that we have not talked about?
I wish your presentation was more thorough. I'm sorry,
and
Lisa.
it's very boring. I'm sorry too about that. I need to liven it up somehow. I don't know.
Well, people keep asking what Pam and Larry are going to do for excursions, and basically my report is always the same. If there's a hike or bicycle ride, we're going to be on them. And we filled our excursions out. If you see that there's something when you get on board that you didn't sign up for, you really want to change, you can do that usually pretty easily. And we become favorite guests right out of the gate. So hopefully if there's any issues at all, Susie's traveling with us. And then this is number 6 for Pam and Larry. So we've done this before. We'll figure it out. The only thing I haven't done is make people sit through 2 of my lectures. So anybody who wants to step up and take one of these lecture slots, it's only an hour, should be pretty easy. But anyway, looking forward to it, and let's have some questions.
Okay, so let me see if I can unmute all of you. Hold on a second. I'm going to,
I think if we can't do that, they can write their question where it says either in the chat or the Q&A, and then we can
Okay.
try to answer them.
so you can either do that. I am going to unmute. So if we make sure you don't have a lot of background noise, or please mute yourself. Let's see if this works. Okay, here I'm allowing mics. So if you have a question, you should be able to unmute yourself to ask a question. So anybody?
I have someone yesterday, I was in the San Francisco Bay Area and they're discussing, or what came up was polio boosters.
That
Are
is
you?
some, that
Yeah.
is something you need to talk to your doctor about. So, I mean, it's going to be different for everyone and depending on medical conditions and everything like that. So that's something I would recommend that you reach out to your primary physician about and ask them what they feel for you.
Yes, yeah, I would recommend people do that.
Lisa, can you hear Kathleen
Yeah.
and Dan?
Yes.
Yep, we
so
can
I
hear
have
you,
this-
Dan.
Yeah, this is Dan Hawley. So I have a question about the transfers. Do we need any physical documents for the transfers?
Not the ones with AMA. AMA has it. So the only ones you would need, you're doing the custom Paris package, if I remember right, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so in the documents section, there will be a voucher that says, I believe it's April 28th, transportation. You can print that out, but I think you're with Larry, wasn't Larry, they were one of the ones that were with you. So actually, you can just follow Larry.
That makes it a lot easier.
I'm going for a long swim down the Seine River. I hear it's cleaned up now.
We'll be right there with you. Hey Larry, how hard are the bike rides, the bike tours that they offer during the excursions?
All of them are slightly different. The longest one I think we did on the Danube was like 14 miles, but most of them are 10 or less. And each one is spelled out whether we're going to be on cobblestones or is it a smooth bike path. So, and the guides are very aware that some of us are going to be going 90 miles an hour and the rest are going to go 20 miles an hour. And they have someone that leads us and then also someone that follows behind. So if there's ever an issue, they take over.
Okay.
And I tend to stay behind with the guides to make sure everybody's, if somebody falls off or drops something or whatever, I'm with the guides at the end to make sure everybody's okay.
So Larry's the rabbit, is that what you're saying, Pam?
No
Maybe-
tortoises.
Anybody else?
Can y'all hear me? I'm Jackie.
Yeah, hi, Jackie.
Hi. Okay, I'm gonna do the Nervous Nelly set of questions for anybody else who's nervous Nellying out there. So I know we bought the travel insurance stuff,
Yeah.
but I know that's wonderful if we lose our luggage or so I'll start easy. If things get delayed on the AMA side for some reason, how do we know? Do we get an alert or do we get a phone call or what happens to alert us for those of us who may be traveling beforehand?
What do you mean on the Amish side? You mean the ship or the
Yeah.
tour? Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
like if the
actually
ship-
never heard of that happening. But you should, when you get to your first point of contact, Jackie, when are you going? You're taking the train up, aren't you?
Yeah, going to Paris for a few days before and then taking the high-speed train down to Bordeaux,
Okay, but on the day of the cruise, you're arriving, correct?
arriving by train, yes, from
Yeah.
Paris.
You should be fine. I would just go over to the port. I've never had them not be there on time. You have the Travel House emergency contact, and if for something would happen if you're there, because while they have all your phone numbers, I don't know that they're exactly gonna reach out, because a lot of times if something's that bad, they're putting out fires. So they're not necessarily reaching out to individual people. So if something doesn't look right, I would say call the AMA emergency number, because they're there, monitoring that all the time.
Okay, so it kind of fell under the umbrella. I told you I started off easy, but it falls under that umbrella of we live in a crazy world right now.
Yeah,
And, we've kind of got, that silly announcement of we may be in danger to be in tourist locations and so forth. Can't think of a better tourist location than Paris. And so that's the kind of thing I'm wondering if something should come up where AMA needs to postpone, or heaven forbid, something else happened to any of us or whatever. Just who is assessing? I know that the travel insurance does not cover acts of war and all of that. So we're out of luck. We're out of luck financially. We get that. But who is assessing the, kind of a tipping point where they say like, okay, we think we should postpone this trip, or we think, anything like
it's
that.
actually AMA that actually would be doing that. And the good part is that Susie's actually doing the pre. So if she went, so she's there at least 4 nights ahead of time too. So if she's hearing anything, she's going to be in touch with us, and we have all of Larry's going to have your contact information. Susie's going to have that you provided your cell phone. So we will also all be trying to reach out to you if we know of something going on. And like I said, Susie's going to be there ahead of time in that Spain pre-package. So at that point, we will be trying to reach everybody. But generally, it's kind of, we just work it the best we can. That's all I can tell you, Jackie, because every situation is different. But Susie should have the latest updates, because she'll actually be there with the AMA people. So
Okay, yeah, I had an assumption that AMA would be working with whatever travel officials there are in France, and as you mentioned, our State Department, and I assume, but you never should assume, because you know what happens then.
yeah,
That people are actually coordinating and would communicate, and so I just wanted to know.
yeah,
How would
and
we know?
we do that all the time, because when Susie actually had a really good client of hers when Venezuela, the airspace to Puerto Rico, and they were going on a cruise, and that was shut down. So she was working with them over the weekend, and different scenarios. Air Canada strike when that was happening a few months ago. So we all somehow know. And then we start working the list and figuring out where everybody is, and making sure we try to get everybody where they need to be. So
Okay, sounds good. And would you please pop into the chat maybe that State Department number or contact?
I'm going to actually have Sherry send out an email blast with the Smart Stuff enrollment program and the Custom Border Patrol, because that way then you'll all have it. I'll have her send out an email tomorrow with that.
Great, thank you.
Mhm.
Now on to the fun topics. Who's got those questions? How late are we dancing?
Must be that it was a very thorough presentation as always.
Yes. Somebody else has to have questions. Come on, people.
So I can't find that voucher in my eDocs for the back to the airport, I believe it is, right?
It's for the Paris extension. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes,
Okay. Who am I talking to?
Kathy.
McCurdy?
Yeah.
Okay. Kathy, if you're looking in the access in the documents section.
Oh no, I was in the other one.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
that one transfer, just so everybody knows, that one is not done through AMA, it's through an independent company. So that one AMA does not know about. So if at the end of Paris, when you're leaving the Renaissance and going back to the airport, if an AMA rep asks if you need airport transportation, they probably don't know that I arranged it all with an independent company. So you all are covered, but it is in the Access app under the document section. Do you see it now, Kathy?
So is it, it says, transfer Telexio?
Yes, everybody's a little bit different. Some are using one company, some another, depending on what was available at the time, but it's a company that represents all of these companies. So, and all their contact information and everything is on there. So if you have a question, just ask the hotel to call them, but they've been very, very reliable. So,
Awesome, I found it, thank you.
yeah. Anybody else?
Can you also, say what the exchange rate, app was again?
It's XE. X is an X-ray, E is an Edward, and that's what it's called, XE, and it's currency.
Okay,
There's other ones. That's just the main one that I know about that we use.
thank you.
Hey, Larry, you want to give us a heads up on what we'll be drinking?
I didn't understand that. Sorry.
That's a good question.
What are they drinking?
Yeah, what
Oh, what are they
wines did
drinking?
Frogs 2
What are you gonna be
send?
pouring?
Yeah.
Well, we picked all regional wines for the Bordeaux region, so you'll be surprised.
Oh, you aren't telling them ahead of time?
I know it was 21 cases of wine, so
Yay.
I saw them leaving. Petit Verdot,
21.
Cab Franc, Cabernet Sauvignon. Tana, is Tana on here? No.
I don't think I saw her.
Sauvignon Blanc.
I said that.
Okay.
It'll be a nice selection.
Excellent.
Just want you to have noticed that Jackie asked about dancing, Lauren asked about booze. We're ready.
Oh, Larry, also, I know, for one of the excursions, when you're back in Bordeaux at the end, one of your favorite places is one of the excursion options, the Bassin de Lumiere. The
The light
submarine.
show, you mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
you should tell them about that too.
So this is if you're interested in history at all, and especially history of what happened during World War II there, we're going to be touring what was a submarine base that the Nazis used prison labor to build. And there are 4 or 5 separate buildings that we walked through. And what we learned was if you just exclude the first few, when you do the last one, we'll be sitting in stadium seats and you see basically what happened in all the original ones. So it's be prepared for a really blowout time with the laser lights and the history that's going on there. Somebody's got something going on. Here we go.
I don't know if it's Jackie. Okay.
We just love Bordeaux. It's a very walkable city. It's flat along the river. I mean, it really is a beautiful city to visit. Lots of great buildings, and it's nice to be on one side of the river and watch the lights come on for the evening.
Nice.
Great. Anybody else? Anything anybody's excited about doing or?
All of it.
I checked out the Chateau de Pré. That place looks pretty cool.
Camera's been disabled, I understand.
Yeah, the Loire Valley's gonna be a great auction.
Audio, we have audio. Right.
And we'll find out the
You wanted to ask
weather
a
about
question.
no sooner
I
than
didn't know.
10 days in advance is what I'm guessing.
I don't know, Patty. I don't know, okay? You're doing it, not me. I don't know.
I thought we just sent our order for the weather to you, Pam.
Yes, I wish I had that much pull with the Almighty.
It doesn't look like any trees fell on your house with this last storm.
What is that?
Well, is everybody all set? Patty and Bernie, any questions?
I
Tomorrow.
think the feedback, by the way, I think the feedback might be Gordon. He might want to just mute.
There, I muted him. Poor Gordon.
We
We tried, but
still
we
love
can't
you,
get in.
Gordon.
Patty and Bernie cannot get in.
I just admitted you again. It didn't let you in?
Nope.
We can,
It's
we
okay.
can
I'm
hear
having a
you.
private meeting with you two tomorrow anyway.
Right, right, exactly.
Yes.
Patty and Bernie, we expect to see you on the dance floor.
You will.
Woohoo! Can't wait to see you.
Okay.
And this Microsoft app, that we're doing this meeting on tonight, this is very popular, isn't it?
Yes, it's Microsoft Teams. It's one of the big ones. Yeah. It's like Zoom, Teams. Yeah.
Yeah, our day job meetings are all on this.
Oh, are they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the ones people use all the time anymore. So
Okay.
it was being recorded. So I'll try and have Sherry pull the recording and also send that out. But I don't know that it'll be out by tomorrow, probably early next week. I'm not sure how quickly she can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure Joyce and Scott get that.
Yes, I know she said she could not get in. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
I know, Robin, you have me stumped. Language and custom tips for Basque Country. That's a really good question. I'll have to see if I can find something for you.
I was gonna say ChatGPT would be the best place to check it out.
Hey, Lisa, when we're coming into Bordeaux the day of, what time are we supposed to be at the boat? Is it 2 hours before?
The
3
boat,
p.m., correct?
2
yeah,
hours before 3 or 3?
I would try and be there as early as you can. So I would try to be there before 3 if you can.
Okay.
But I know there are a couple of people that are flying in the day that the cruise leaves, and some of them, because of flights, they're not getting in till later in the night. But you're gonna want to get in, and I think you can get into staterooms. Was it after 3 o'clock? I think it was. And then you can get settled and, grab maybe something to eat and get ready for dinner and the reception that night. So.
Okay.
I'm not
Well, you-
looking at yours, Lauren. You weren't flying in that day, were you?
No, we're gonna be on a train that gets in around 11, but Larry was just saying how nice Bordeaux is. I wonder if we're gonna have time to look around a little before we come to the boat. I was just wondering about exactly what time we need to be at the pier, wherever the boat
Yeah,
is.
you can probably go over and kind of drop your bags and all that kind of stuff, and then go back out and explore a little bit. Yeah.
We'll explore.
Yes, Bordeaux is amazingly beautiful, very historical, just a great city. All right, no one else has any questions tonight? This was
It
too
is.
easy.
Can't get in.
You guys are easy. You guys, well, thank you so much for everything, and I hope you have a great trip. And I'm so impressed. A lot of you are going all these different places, so it sounds amazing. We have people going to Amsterdam, Paris, Sicily, Bernie and Patty, and all kinds of great stuff. So enjoy your trip.
Patty may have a question or a comment.
Can't get in.
Got
We
no
can
audio.
hear
you,
you.
though.
We can hear
She's
you.
got
can
no
hear
audio.
me?
Yes,
You-
Oh, awesome. Okay, where's that paper?
We can
Okay, so, how do we find, is it on our sheet that about gratuities
Yes, Ben.
that what,
Yeah.
that we paid?
Yes, Ben.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and, there's something mentioned about a pin for a Visa?
Yeah, a lot of your credit cards, you actually have pins for your credit cards. I
Oh,
have
no.
not
I've got a
had to,
credit
when
card
I've
company.
used my credit cards in Europe, I have not had to enter a pin. But if you have one, it's always good to have it just in case somebody would ask you for it.
Okay, we do not have
Yeah,
one.
You better check. They all have PIN capabilities.
How
Yeah,
do
if
you get a pin?
You have to request it through the credit card company, your credit card company.
Okay, and then the customs app?
Yes, we're gonna email out that information tomorrow to everybody in the group.
Okay,
This-
is there a, what is the, when you're bringing stuff in, is there a limit to how much you can bring in?
There, you mean coming back to the US?
Yes,
Yes, there is. There's a limit on alcohol. And then it depends on what you're bringing in. So, and on the app, it should be on the app because you're filling out that custom form. So are you thinking about alcohol or what are you thinking about?
no,
Lipton?
not alcohol, just presents.
Oh,
Like $10,000.
I think it's a pretty high amount. Hold on, US customs.
That, that you have to pay a customs fee for.
Yeah.
Over $10,000.
Cause we went to Italy a couple of years ago,
No,
a few years, many years ago.
many years.
And we bought stuff and it cost us more in customs than it cost for the product.
Yeah, I just Googled it, and it's, duty-free exemption for individuals, can bring back up to 800 worth of gifts or personal items without incurring customs duties. So it's $800 a person.
Okay, thank you,
Mhm.
thank you. And, and currency.
Bringing back, are you talking about currency you didn't use?
No, I thought I heard you say something about N currency. I don't know what that is.
I was saying incurring, I believe. I think I just said it slowly. So you can bring back up to 800 worth of gifts or personal items without incurring customs duties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Lisa.
Mhm.
Hey, did we say how many we are in total compared to the total that the boat will have?
We did not. So it's a nice sized group. You are at, I think there's 43 of you, including Larry, Pam, and Susie. And I can tell you for sure. Yes, there's 43 of you. And then for the ship, that will hold up to 144 passengers. So you'll have to meet 100 new people.
It is, by any
Easy.
chance, is Susie the same person that was on our cruise that we went with you guys last time?
Daniel.
Yes.
Down the
yes.
Danube.
Yep.
Oh, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Don't
Thank
tell
you,
her that.
thank you.
Don't tell her that.
Oh,
man.
thank
Too
you.
late.
Does she have a costume for France?
I know, I'm gonna look for one.
Okay,
Don't worry, I'll be looking for one.
we'll count on it.
Lisa,
Glad-
you have
glad to
done
be
the
there.
most spectacular job with these people, and we
Yes.
thank you tremendously.
Yes,
Oh, it's
thank
my
you, Lisa.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for being patient while working on everything. And I think it's going to be a great trip. And I know there's a lot of components and it's a little confusing, but it'll all be good. It's all going to be worth it.
It all
Awesome.
comes together.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Like a crepe,
Yes.
like a crepe, you know, or, never mind.
Yeah.
Mrs.
Mrs. I don't,
McCurdy,
Yes,
are you good?
I'm good.
All right.
Robin, I don't know if this helps. This is good old Chat GPT, but let me share my screen a second.
Are Peggy and Craig okay?
We're great. We're so excited.
Okay. Exciting, huh?
Yeah.
Robin, I don't know if any of these help you about the Basque information.
I'm going to take a quick picture of them just so that I have them. And I'll
Yeah.
reference them. I just really like to be able to say hello and please and thank you in the language of the country I'm in.
Yeah, and that, I mean, Google Translate might be a good option. I haven't tried it for that, but that one might be a good one to look at too.
Okay.
I feel like that can't do it first.
I'm pretty sure Larry knows Basque, so he can help. me.
Like, you know what I find always works when I can't understand or they can't understand me? I raise my voice and start talking louder.
Oh, that helps so much.
Oh, you must be very.
I practice.
Oh my.
Thank you. I will look at those resources.
I think it's Google. I think Google Translate is, you can hold your phone up to something that's written and it translates immediately, like on your phone, you're seeing it in English, even though it's written in Basque or Catalan.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know too.
Yeah, people do appreciate when you do try to communicate in their language, so that's always great to do. Susie, anything that you need to say or anything?
I just want to say that I have a Chat GPT app and I just said something, to say hi in Basque and it does answer me. So if you guys want to download the Chat GPT app and then you can have a language there for, French or Basque. I don't have anything to say, but I'm very, very excited. I love France, one of my favorite countries, and I never seen Bordeaux, so I'm excited to be with Larry and Pam to see Bordeaux. I am bringing a couple of my clients with me who travel with me all the time. So they're excited to meet everyone, and they love wine. So I know they'll be drinking. Looking forward to seeing a lot of you that I've seen on our first trip. And yes, we will be dancing on that dancing floor for sure.
But we will not be
Oh, yeah.
auditioning for MTV.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great,
All
I think
right,
this is
Gordon,
great.
are you all set?
Absolutely.
I haven't heard from John either. John, how are you?
John Stempfel here. Where are you?
I don't know.
Okay. And Sally and Casey, are they still with us?
Yes?
Okay.
They're muted too. A couple of these are muted.
There you go. We're doing fine. This is John and Jan.
Yeah.
Kathy McCurdy. And you guys, you and your husband related to Marilyn McCurdy by any chance?
No.
No.
Okay. She was the principal at my school.
Pam,
All right,
Um,
people, Californians, we get to eat dinner now.
Bye.
I get to go to bed.
Yeah, we got to go.
Yeah,
to
you
bed.
girls get to go to bed.
yeah.
Craig and Lori, you're all good? Yeah?
Yep.
And
Thank you.
Okay.
Pam and Larry are available anytime. You guys should, most of you have our cell phone numbers. Just give us a call, send us a note. We'll be in the tasting room the next couple weekends before we leave. So don't hesitate to reach out with your questions.
Happy Easter.
Can't wait.
Happy
Happy
Easter,
Easter.
everyone.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah, Joyce.
Oh, thank you for the jackets.
And did everyone get theirs okay? That was a question I
Yes.
had wanted to ask.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we got ours.
Thank you.
We did.
Is it
Thank
the
you very
jackets?
much.
We haven't gotten
Hopefully-
ours, guys, but we're
Hopefully
gonna
everyone
try
will
to.
have it so we can do a group picture. That's the idea here.
I
I'm
love the
gonna try to make
jacket,
it into-
Larry.
Oh, thank you, Susie.
I'm gonna try to make it into town maybe Wednesday to pick them up, guys, and Wayne.
Okay.
And Robin and Dan, did the jackets arrive to your place?
They did.
Yes, they
Okay.
did.
They're
All right,
wonderful.
We're,
Oh,
we're gonna
fantastic.
try not to eat too much before our group picture.
I know.
Right, should I just close this?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we're all good. So if anybody has any questions, and Joyce, I'm sorry you had problems getting in. We'll get the recording to you, and then if you have any questions, just reach out to me.
Okay.
Okay? Janice, you're good there because I know you're the bar person, right? Isn't Janice always at the bar?
Janice Rennick, yes.
Yes.
Is she on?
Yeah, I thought so.
Fantastic.
Okay, well, everybody, if you have any questions, you know how to reach us, and have a fantastic trip. I can't wait to hear all about it. Post pictures. I can't wait to see where you're at each day. So
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt,
Yeah.
but I couldn't get unmuted. And yes, I live at the bar. I was in the military for over 20 years, so I have learned that it's easier to transport liquor if you're traveling on military aircraft because nobody looks. And
Imagine that.
what a surprise. And yeah, and no, I'm looking forward to it again. And if I embarrass any of you, just push me overboard. I can't swim, so that'll end that one really quickly. That's why
You're a
I did
great
not join the
traveler.
Navy.
Hey.
Hey, Lori,
Yeah.
our daughter was a B-52 bomber pilot.
Wow.
I joined the Air Force because my dad was Army Air Corps, and they made me jump out of airplanes, and
Oh,
they made
God.
me do the communications on it. But that's why I figured they owed me something, so I learned to smuggle liquor.
Good for you.
Jumping out of airplanes, that makes you hang out at the bar. You deserve that now.
Well, there you go. So no, I had a wonderful time on the last trip, and people tolerated me very nicely, and I appreciate that. Pam and Larry tolerate me all the time. So I'll just go with that. And I think we'll all have a wonderful trip. I'm really looking forward to it.
We will.
Yeah. We'll have a good time. All right, everybody. We'll
Okay.
see you all
We're
soon.
looking forward to it.
okay, great.
Thanks,
Well,
Liz.
thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Good night.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so
Lisa.
much.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.